All right, guys, welcome to episode 61 of the Hurricane Mike Show, where we're about to recap another week of football where a lot of crazy things happened this week, all right? So we're going to get into it, but first, that at least the Falcons, even if they do make the playoffs, at least they are not going to get a good draft pick like we are, because why that?
Because they suck, my boy. They suck.
Man, even when they're good, they still suck.
You like hearing me say that, don't you?
Yes. I don't care. But I want to talk about this Thursday night game, bro. Rams over Vikings, 30-20. Look, all right. Let me speak my mind on this one, and then I'll let you get your opinions out. This people are saying it's the same thing as a no call, which first of all, it's not. But the referees got to call that, okay? And people are like, well, the Vikings, they probably wouldn't have won anyway. First of all, you don't know that. Second of all, it's not about just winning or losing. It's about the principle. It's about the principle of the call. Like, okay, if they don't win, okay, then the Vikings just freaking sucked that last drive. But at least give them a chance. Don't just give them a safety because you think somebody's the better team or you think somebody's going to win. Like, that's just not football. That's why you play the game. That's why you play the sport. You don't just freaking give them a free 2 points because you think Vikings ain't going to score, even if that face mask was called. That's not how it works. Okay, so, it's not about winning or losing. It's about the principle of the game. So that was your take on that.
It's not about the principle. It's about that money. Woo. Show me the money, boy. That's what it's about. The referees got paid, my boy. I'm kidding. Yeah, so referees got to make that call. I mean, even if you did not see it with your eyes, like my boy with the gritty, is that how you call it? Giddy?
Yeah. Gritty.
Even if you did not see it with your eyes, you saw the way the man fell down. I mean, who gets tackled like that? And the way they protect these quarterbacks these days, you don't make that call. That's, it's not bad as a no call because it's not in the playoffs. It's not to go to the Super Bowl or anything. It's just week 8 or 9 or wherever we're at. It's, it's not the no call, but it's still outrageous miss by the referees.
Yeah, if that was if Sam Darnold was Patrick Mahomes on that play, the defensive end's not only getting fined, but Byron Young is also going to jail. He would get thrown in jail if that was Patrick Mahomes.
Let me out! Yes, he'll be in the pokey. He will be in there, and he'll give up some of that money. But these guys have a lot of that money. They ain't worried about that. So
yeah, but that's just ridiculous, bro. But yeah, so that's one thing. But Dad, remember when you said the Bengals were winning out?
I didn't say they was winning out. I said they was gonna go on a nice little streak because they had some winnable games, and I put the Eagles in a category of, one of their toughest games in this little stretch. So I'm not surprised that they didn't win this game. But yeah, they sure did get the heck beat out of them though.
Yeah, I mean it was a close game, but then Joe Burrow. You see, Joe Burrow. You know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of 2016 Drew Brees, where if he makes one mistake, the game's over. You lost. That was Joe Burrow because they were down by 7. Okay, he threw one teeny interception, and they lose by freaking 20. That's Joe Burrow. He's a good quarterback. It's just that if he makes one mistake, they lose because their defense can't stop nobody. Because I was watching this game and I watched a lot of Bengals games. Yeah. Their defense can't stop nobody. So what's your take on this?
Yeah, like you said, he's got to be on his A game the whole time. Ja'Marr Chase, I still don't think he's all the way back from wanting his money. He hasn't really been consistent. throughout the year. He's on again, off again. But that defense is totally off again. The whole game long. I mean, he gave up 37 points. I mean, what you think? You have the Saints defense? You think he coached by Dennis Allen? No, Dennis Allen would have probably gave up 40 points in that game, but he's a defensive genius.
Who? Dennis Allen?
Yeah.
No. That he allowed 2 touchdowns to a rookie receiver. Get out of here. That didn't even go in the first round. But anyways, let's move on to Jameis Winston leading the Browns to upset the AFC North leaders right now, the Baltimore Ravens. We'll tie for it if the Steelers lose, I think. But, tied for it if the Steelers lose. So, wow, bro. I'm not going to lie. I picked 2 upsets to be correct this week. That was not one of them. The Ravens actually got stunned by Jameis Winston on that last drive, and Lamar Jackson was not very happy after the last play as he slammed. It says here he slammed his helmet, so he's gonna get the fine. But yeah, so Dad, what's your take on this game? The Browns get their second win of the year, first under Winston.
My take is, I wonder what the media's saying today, because I haven't watched any news or anything. But everybody was building the Ravens up, including us. I mean, we were like, this is the team. This is the team that's going to the Super Bowl. I mean, they look unstoppable. And then they looked like trash yesterday. I mean, they lost to one of the worst teams in the league. I know they replaced their garbage-ass quarterback, but now they was just trash yesterday. I expected more. I didn't expect a blowout being on the road in the Cleveland, in the dog pound. But I expected, them to win the game.
Yeah, I definitely did not expect. Bro, guess what? Jameis Winston, 0 interceptions. So he's what I will say about Winston, he's kind of purged the bad decision making out of him. Like, yeah, he'll have games where he throws interceptions, but every quarterback does, right? But he's purged for the most part the bad decision making out of him. And as a Saints fan, I can vouch for this man. But I was apparently the Browns players didn't want Jameis Winston there. Apparently, they didn't. Apparently, they were saying that they didn't like his jokes or whatever, and didn't like him as a person, which I find incredibly hard to believe. But apparently, that's what people were saying. So I don't know. But now let's get to probably the least interesting game of the week. The Detroit Lions put it on the Tennessee Titans, boy. They put it on the Titans, bro. The only team that I would probably predict the Saints to beat are probably the Panthers and Titans, and this is why. Shit, I don't know. We're going to be Carolina next week, but that's for another show. But the Titans, bro, they tied the game at 14 apiece. The Lions never looked back. Khalif Raymond taking 90-yarders to the house. Punt returns, you got Jahmyr Gibbs bursting off for 70 yards. Like, dang, bro, the Lions might be the best team in the entire NFL. I'm not going to lie, bro. Because the Ravens look vulnerable. The Chiefs, even though they're 7-0, they still look vulnerable. The Bengals ain't really doing that well right now. Who else, bro? The
Packers.
The Packers. Like, they're a good team, but they squeaked out against Jacksonville, which is also another game that I predicted. But they squeaked out against Jacksonville, so the Lions might represent the NFC at the least in the Super Bowl. That's just me, though. So what's your take on this massacre? The Lions are now 6-1, and I believe top in the NFC. I'm not too sure about that, though.
I think on our Pick'em show, I did have the Lions blowing out the Titans, but I didn't. I don't think I had a 50 burger. I think I might have had a 40 burger on them. But I think we could move on from this one like the Lions moved on from the Titans.
Yeah, bro. Let me see. Actually, hold on, because I got your picks right here. Actually, you had 32-16.
Yeah. So
you even gave the Titans more points than they scored.
2 more. It's close.
Yeah, 52-14 is outrageous. Like, I had the Lions winning, but I didn't think it was going to be a blowout because I actually think the Titans, I never thought they were going to upset them, but I think the Lions, they probably wouldn't try as hard because it's the Titans, but Bro, they shut me up. And the Cardinals game-winning field goal against the Dolphins with Tua back in the fold. Chad Ryland, who ironically former Patriots kicker, knocks it out the park to beat the Dolphins 28-27 in Arizona. Is now at 500, and I believe I think they're tied for number one in that division. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they might have the tiebreaker. I'm not too sure about it though. But what's your takeaway on this game, on this win for Arizona, loss for Miami?
I think I had this one right as well.
I didn't.
I didn't know it was going to be a 1 point game, but it was a
I
close
did know
game.
that
It
though.
looked like the Dolphins had them all the way. I was like, oh, Tua going to get a win, on his way back, but didn't happen for him. Cardinals win this game by 1, 4-4. So Cardinals might be for real. I don't know.
I don't know about that yet. I mean, the Cardinals haven't really beat anybody for real yet. So, I mean, the Dolphins.
You just got to play your schedule. That's all you can do.
I understand that, but I don't know. But that safety that the Dolphins gave up in the third quarter, that's going to haunt the card. That's going to haunt the Dolphins. Shoot. You're not taking away my Shador. But yeah, now I got an upset right. Remember on the show, I said Patriots are beating the Jets, bro.
You did.
And that's what happened, man. And actually, I think I almost got the score right. I think I had 23-21 or whatever. But the Patriots beat the Jets 25-22. In fact, I could just check that right now. Yeah, 23-21. So, yeah, I almost got the score right, too. But, yeah, 25-22. Patriots, Drake May leaves with a concussion. Jacoby Brissett comes in the game and dog walks the Jets. Dad, what's your reaction?
Is this their first meeting this year, or do they have another?
Second. This was their second because they played week 3 on Thursday night, where the Jets won 24-3.
Okay, well, that made me finalize this take here. These two teams are not going to win another game all year. I mean, they're that bad. I was going to say, if they had another meeting together, of course, one team has to win unless they end up in a tie, which is totally possible. But, yeah, two bad teams. I had the Jets. I thought the Aaron Rodgers factor would put them over the hump, but he's done. He's toast. He can't move. He looks like an iceberg trying to move. It's so yeah, Jets gonna lose the rest of their games, and Patriots, they're not better. They might win 1 or 2 more games.
Yeah, Ramondre Stevenson with the game-winning touchdown at the end to set up the Patriots. Obviously, they went for 2 in case the Jets somehow got a field goal, but we all knew that was not happening. Now we can move on to probably the second worst game. Well, actually, no, probably the worst game. Falcons beat the Buccaneers 31-26. Kirk Cousins had 4 touchdowns. I mean, what did y'all say? It's the Bucs. So, I mean, look, I understand we lost to the Bucs, but to be fair, we lose to everybody. But Falcon fans are funny because before the season they're like, "Oh, this division's trash, so we're definitely winning this division." And yet 4 of their 5 wins all came from the division. So ain't that funny? How they keep bragging that this division's horrible and they just dominate. Like their only other win was against the Eagles, and I mean, at the time it looked like it was a good win, but even after the Eagles win yesterday, it was like okay, but they're still kind of not good. So that was your reaction after Atlanta squeaks by Tampa.
Even the garbage Falcons are 5-3. Wow, I didn't think they'd win 5 games this quickly. Anyway, but yeah, garbage team beating the Yuccaneers. I mean, whoop-de-doo.
Dad, I have terrible news.
What's that?
Guess who the Falcons play next week?
I can't remember.
The Cowboys.
Cowboys are going to look like they're back, baby. Watch.
But we got to sit through a Falcons-Cowboys game. I don't even know if I'm going to watch that.
I could change the channel.
Well, I don't even know if it's going to be on TV. But, yeah, my reaction is that both, this was a matchup between the two best quarterbacks in the division, as much as I hate to say it. Because Derek Carr, I understand he's hurt and whatever, but even when he was playing, he wasn't that good. Spencer Rattler wasn't that good. Jake Haener wasn't that good, bro. And Bryce Young, he's Bryce Young. But I guess we can move on there. Hold on. I've got to put the Packers scoreboard, so hold on, I'm just gonna take that off then. Packers beat Jacksonville 30-27. So that was your reaction from that.
Packers, like I've been saying for weeks now, they're one of the best teams in the NFC. So I think I had this one right as well. In fact, I know I did. I don't like the Jaguars at all. So Packers handled their business.
But did you see Jordan Love got hurt?
Oh, did he really?
Yeah. So Malik Willis got that. Well, I mean, I think they're saying Love should be back next game, but Malik Willis, that dude, that might be the steal of the offseason. Well, not even in the offseason because he got traded after he played us in the preseason. That might be the steal of the final week of preseason. But yeah, bro, Packers win 30-27. I'm not gonna lie though, Jacksonville, they played good. They played good, just not good enough to win. But you know what? A game that made me confused. Not you. Texans beat the Colts by 3. Do you know Anthony Richardson's first half stats? 2 for 13.
Not good.
How was this a 3-point game? How?
It's the NFL. A lot of games are one-score games, unless you're the Saints or the Cowboys or whatever, and just get blown out every week.
But 2 for 13, 81 yards and a touchdown, bro. It's weird. In the first half.
What's the second half stats?
Second half stats, it wasn't much better. He had like 9 completions going into the fourth quarter. There was only one play where Richardson got subbed out because he was tired. So they put Joe Flacco in for a snap.
I did hear that. He tapped out. What was that about?
I don't know.
He's tired? How much they pay you? I mean, are you going to be tired enough to go up to the pay window? I mean, this is insanity, bro. You tired? What you mean you're tired?
Richardson was 10 for 32.
I'm tired of looking at those garbage stats.
And on the ground, he wasn't even that great. He was 6 for 45, so he didn't really do much on the ground. So where the heck did all this come from? How did the Colts get 20 points? Was it their kicker? How much points did the kicker score?
Made a few field goals, I guess.
The kicker scored 8 points. How was this game close? Man, the Texans might be trash, bro. How the heck do you only beat this garbage team by 3 points? I understand it's a divisional game, but the Colts might be worse than the freaking Titans, bro. That's like there's always one game where you expect it to be a freaking blowout and then it's a close game, except this game should have been a blowout. The Texans should have won by the freaking 20 or 30 points. That game just confuses me. Let's move on. Bills dominate. They have their way against the Seahawks, 31-10. They advance to 6-2 and take full lead of that division. Well, they already had the lead in that division. But now, after watching the other 3 teams in the division, I think it's safe enough to say the Bills are winning this division, okay?
Absolutely.
Yeah, James Cook's 2 touchdowns really helped. Geno Smith couldn't do nothing. Bills win. Dad, what's your reaction?
I had this one right as well. I thought the Bills were gonna dog walk the Seahawks in Seattle. I believe it was in Seattle.
Yeah, it was in Seattle. It was in the 12th man.
The 12th man didn't help the Sea Chickens that day. So they're 4-4. They're still in the mix in the NFC West, but we'll see how that goes. And yeah, Bills winning this division easily.
Yeah. Dude, they might wrap up the division by week 13. But yeah. Broncos beat the Panthers 28-14. But Panther fans have positive news. You went up 7-0. That's something, I guess.
I have some
You
more
went up.
positive news for him.
What?
Bryce Young threw 2 touchdowns and also threw 2 interceptions.
I have more positive news. You're playing the Saints next week.
I'm sure they all smiling about that one.
Man, I guarantee you, bro, the Panthers, bro, I don't even think they've had a game this season under Bryce Young where they've had freaking 17 points. Watch. Next week, they're going to have 50. Because everybody has that against the Saints, bro. They don't even got to try. Just show up and you get an A+. But yeah, Broncos win 28-14. Adam Troutman. This dude pisses me off, bro. How come you get a one-handed touchdown, and yet with the entire Saints, I don't even know if you got a touchdown? What the heck? Man. Oh, you a snake, bro. You a snake. But yeah, let's move on to probably one of the better games. Chiefs beat the Raiders 27-20. I mean, it wasn't really one of the better games. It was like a B-tier game. Travis Kelce, I have a question for you. Do you think he's back?
I don't think he's ever left. I think it's been he's got a lot of distractions going on, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so he just needs to focus more. And I guess last couple of weeks he's been focusing. So he's been doing his thing, getting in the end zone again. I had the Raiders winning this game. Not because I really thought they're a better team or anything, but I probably was just hoping that the Raiders would win this game. But it didn't happen for us.
Yeah, in fact, hold on. Now I'm kind of curious. Who do the Chiefs play next? But you know what? While I look at that, bro, did you see what happened?
I did. I loved it.
Did you see what happened to Tyreek Stevenson?
I heard about it.
They play Tampa next week. But Tyreek Stevenson, I won't be shocked if on air we get a news report that he's got cut or traded. Because you made the dumbest mistake. I looked at it earlier. I saw the clip. You made the dumbest mistake you could ever do in that situation. It's like the down doesn't really matter, but there's 2 seconds on the clock. All you got to do is bat the ball down or make sure the receiver doesn't catch the ball, and you win the game with ease. Because you didn't let them score a touchdown all day, so people are like, yeah, the Bears got this win in the bag. So you start freaking hollering, celebrating, telling Commander fans bye-bye, taunting them and stuff. And what do? You see, oh, snap, the ball's in the air. I'm going to run up to the ball, and I'm going to bat it to the receiver. I'm going to bat it to Noah Brown for the game-winning touchdown. Fans got it. Bro, you might as well have been better off taunting. Just keep taunting. That was your reaction to the last play specifically.
That was probably an example of how not to defend a Hail Mary pass. Yeah, you don't, try to catch the ball. You don't try to taunt players. You go up there and you bat the ball down. And you also don't let anybody get behind you. So you got people in front of them. You have to have people behind them. But no, Noah Brown gets behind them and catches the volleyball. Touchdown. Commanders win.
You know what that play reminded me? That reminded me of the AJ Green play. You remember that play where it was like Bengals Ravens or whatever?
Not all.
And then I think it was Andy Dalton. It might have been Carson Palmer. It was one of the two. But yeah, one of them throws a Hail Mary and the ball gets tipped up in the air. And AJ Green, who was in the tip, runs back like near the sideline and just catches the ball wide open. They ended up losing the game because that forced overtime. But they ended up losing. But yeah, man. So that was crazy, bro. Because I was at church at the time, so I didn't see it. And also, I was still in my feelings about the Saints. So. But yeah, I just remember the first thing I saw on my phone, 60-some yard Hail Mary, and I'm like, okay. when Jane Daniels comes to the Dome, he won't even need a Hail Mary to beat us. That was the crazy thing.
The game's gonna be long over by then.
Yeah. Now let's wrap up the show on this. And I have a question. 49ers win 30-24. Do you think the Cowboys season is officially over without being mathematically over?
3-4, yeah, it's not mathematically over, but they just have some weird things, weird energy around their team this year. I don't know if it's the quarterback, and the owner bickering with each other. I don't really know what's going on, but they do look like there's some distractions there. So yeah, they need to get something done. They need to get a new coach in there, or I don't know what the deal is, but yeah, I think get done. 3-4, you still in it, but not really.
Yeah, man. Like, we always have fun laughing at the Cowboys losing first round of the playoffs, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't even think they're gonna make the playoffs. Like, it's gonna be horrible. It's going to be horrible. Like, this game was like the Cowboys, they were coming back, but not really. Because, like, they came back, but the game was kind of over. If you know what I'm saying. Like, it's weird. How do you let some dude named Brock Purdy own you? How, bruh? And this actually goes back to the Jimmy G days. Because the Jimmy G days is the thing that started the ownership. Because that in the playoff game in 2021, it was freaking Jimmy G that knocked him out. Then the year after, I think the year after, then it was Brock Purdy. So that was crazy, bro. Like, man, the Cowboys, they suck, bro. And you know how I know they suck?
How?
They let the Saints drop 40 on them. How do you do that?
I know I couldn't believe that. I don't know.
Man. But I will tell you this. Did you hear that Dallas Cowboys national anthem?
I did. The one you sent me?
Yes, you heard it?
Yes, I like it.
Man, maybe they should play that in the locker room to hype them up every single week. Man, they're like, that incomplete pass. Okay, he's gonna be all in your you know what. But yeah, I think that's a good place to leave the show. Dad, where can they find you?
Find me on my YouTube channel, Warren Newby, on the Hurricane Mike Show every week, doing all these shows, pregame shows, postgame shows, pick'em shows, reaction shows, a lot of shows, because we like talking a lot of football.
Yeah, live drive, share, turn the bell, and turn on this night upload. If only the 2009 Saints could see us now. Live, subscribe, share, turn the bell on so don't miss another upload. Oh, I just said that. Who that? And don't be a what, Dad?
Don't be a Falcon fan.
Goodbye.
Beat them boys.
Yeah, that.